Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Tuesday. Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by Sawawi while they were rooting around, probably in the nether reaches of the workshop. This is an old map. This one is from the very first year of Cities Skylines being released back in the very early stages of 2016. So yes, the game was still in its nappies or diapers back in those days, and we were lacking a lot of the ease of use mods that we have now. Easy things to do though include grabbing your BonBonBingo card. Yes, link is in the description. Grab it, play along, tick off the memes as we go. There are bound to be a few on today's show. As maps go, for an old map, it's okay, it's fine actually. If you turn back the dial far enough, it was excellent. But here we go, 2021, what do you want? I know what I want one of these. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for that support. Today's map is Pacific Northwest Bay by SkyRex. SkyRex made quite a hatful of maps back then, but this is their first time on the show, so let's see how we go. There is your start square. That looks plenty workable to me. In fact, that's about as good as you can go, isn't it? Then you've got a very interesting height map, grabbed, I'm guessing, from the Pacific Northwest. And resources are strong as well. Remember, all of these things, we've got strong resources, we're going to have good, strong water flow, etc. And even pretty interesting fishing, even though this was like 4.5 years before Sunset Harbour. I'm making that number up, but it sounds about right. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLC is required today because I'm not even sure there was DLC at this point. Nothing to subscribe to. We'll be using the Vanilla Boreal theme and the realistic 1.2 LUTs because that's what we always use. So yes, we have trees under the road. Now, having doing this flyover and having done one map last week with Anarchy switched off, I figured I'd like to come back in and just do this map as it would have been seen back then pre-Anarchy. I'd like to have done that, but I am a little pushed for time. I've got a very busy weekend coming up this weekend, and if I don't get ahead on time now, there's going to be no shows next week. That's simple. There's going to be no... I've got a crazy busy... My first my COVID... Please don't get COVID. My first post-COVID, there's two words I'm trying to get together. Bridge alignment there could be a little bit better. It's not the worst. It's far from the worst. Yeah, my first post-COVID shopping spree for my business. I'm spending... could be some Blue Mantle here. Let's have a quick look. Nope. No Blue Mantle. I said Blue Mantle, but there was no Blue Mantle, so you can't tick that off your bingo card if you've got Blue Mantle on your King bingo. With Blue Mantle, it's one thing looking for it, another thing not finding it. Trees under the road, mind you. You can tick that off if you've got it. So yes, I am going to be absolutely destroying my physical being on the weekend, spending more money than I have to restock my business, and it's gonna take me, I mean, almost a full week to get on top of it, and I'm going to be working like an absolute ant. Yes, I'm going to be working like an ant. Wish I was as strong as an ant, in comparison, not actually as strong as an ant, because ants are very weak. You know, you ever put your thumb on an ant cannot hold your thumb off the ground if you push down hard enough. You can try. Where's this road gone? We'll find it. But yes, comparatively they're very strong. You know, if we were as small as an ant, well, an ant would ignore us basically, wouldn't it, really, I think. There is your big old start square intersection. Very slick. You can't really see it because of the trees. But it is very, very slick. Anyway, the point was, let's just look at the heights there. Heights look good. This looks pretty low. No, it's not. It's plenty high enough. It's fine. No donut clipping there. Good strong standards here from SkyRex. So yeah, if it's your first time to the show and you're seeing these trees coming through the road and you're wondering what's going on, I use a mod called Anarchy, which enables you to put trees and grasses on railway lines and things like that. And a lot of the top detailers in today's maps will do just that. Let's put the lines of terrain on, because there is somebody who does like this, isn't there? Hello. Little divot in the ground there. That looks like an error. But yes, so yeah, we have trees under the road which won't show normally, because with Anarchy switched off, these will be hidden underneath the networking. But when you switch Anarchy on with certain settings, they will show through, which is great if you're looking to detail an abandoned railway line or something like that. Now, this is clearly not the case here, and so I have no problem showing these anyway, because they are part of the tree count, and the tree count is pretty high on today's map. You are going to want the unlimited tree mod, or a version of it, any version of it that is still working, and then you'll have a pretty glorious looking map in terms of trees. But yes, some of these trees are kind of unnecessary because they are underneath the networks and could be removed, although you'd still be well over the vanilla limit on the amount of trees that you can have on the map. What do we got with the rail? Well, the rail, it's a realistic kind of terrain. This is one thing we can say about today's map, and the rail on the whole, I would say, is okay. If you're looking for ultra real rail, I know there are a few rail snobs amongst you, those of you that like your transport fever and such. Yes, this does not meet those standards. For 2016 or early 2016 standards, these are good standards. And this is why I'm going to try not to be too hypercritical on today's map. It is an old map. We do have trees under the roads, and that's not going to be fixed. We are too far down. He's not going to update this map now, is he? No. It's just, it seems daft that Rex would come back and update the map. But if there's something about this map that you like, maybe you might then want to re-up it, and of course, give credit to the original creator if you do. It's something you might want to do. It might be a project that you're looking for, and hey, listen, you don't have to. I'm not hinting. I am hinting, though, that there is an intermission coming up, so prepare yourself for this one, because the rail ends there.
Do your bridges look like the game's AI has gone on holiday? Would you like vanilla bridges to be proud of? Then you need the beginner's guide to perfect bridges by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Pacific Northwest Bay by SkyRex. And we have a shipping route. And the shipping route is fine. We just got a dead end over there. We've got another one that dead ends up here. And then there's another one that dead ended a little bit further down. It's probably a little bit further up the river than you'd expect that shipping route to go. But it's not a problem. And one there, they get a bit close together, but not too close together. There is absolutely no problem with the shipping routes. There's also no problem with the water. We have an active river system. This always makes me feel warm. A proper flowing river system. And again, given the standards of the day, it's pretty strong even upstream. I'm really pleased with these rivers. So anyway, and there'll be a river tutorial coming along in the intermissions at some point soon as well. Right, overall, it's a nice looking map. Overall, the good shape of it, a custom theme and LUT would make this really pop, as would removing all of the trees from under the highways. Cliff work, I like in the way that we don't have any trees on those cliffs. That's very nice as well. Helps to just accent those cliffs. And water spawn points are all very similar to this. It's not hyper real, but they're not really meant to be seen. They are well away from the buildable area, so I guess we can allow for this. This is back in the day before we would spend time hunting across the map looking for how polished and exciting these areas could be. The areas are, for 2016, very exciting. It's just that we've become very snobby. When I say we, I mean I have. So have. I'm getting worse. I want perfection. Shame I can't provide perfection myself, isn't it? I try myself. I try very hard. I do. Yeah, we have some trees with their trunks on. Yes, plenty of drowned trees going on in today's map. Another one to be checked off on your bingo card. If you have it on your bingo card, definitely one for today. So anyway, plenty of them. On this river, this is the river that's got the problems. The others seem to be fine. It's just this, maybe this river was a late addition to the map and it just didn't quite get cleaned up. As most of it's outside of the 25 tiles, don't suppose that's an issue. Got a little bit of blue mantle there. You may now check off blue mantle off of your bingo card. You may now do it. Right, start square. We have seen the start square already, which means we can now focus on the asset of the day, and it's a good one. Of course it's a good one. It's a great one, even. It's a Rococo corner commercial Borna Markt 12. Thomassches Haus, Germany. Thomassches. I literally have no idea how that word is pronounced. I'm guessing it's the house that belongs to Thomas. I'm guessing. By Lilianherz. Lilianherz has kind of jumped in where the likes of Find Build seem to have like eased off a little bit. Find Build and Jens were the ones for this sort of building, and Lilianherz has really stepped up their game. Look at this. Factoids, because factoids. There were nearly 200 armed revolts in Bolivia during the first 100 years of its independence from Spanish rule. That's a nice, stable environment to live in, isn't it? 200, blimey. I'll just sit in the corner very quietly. Let it all happen. Rococo corner commercial Borna Mark 2. Thomas's house. Don't interrupt me. Thomas's house, Germany, by Lilianherz. Today's asset of the day. Wow, that stung me in the backside, didn't it? Okay, let's pull the camera back, find somewhere to settle this camera down, and ask you, what do you think of today's map? When I say today's map, I mean 5 years ago map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Apple, Gmail, or a Patreon account. What do I think of today's map, though? Well, aesthetically, I'm going to ignore the trees under the road for the aesthetic score. I am. I think we could do with a link to the unlimited tree mod, though. I think with a link to the unlimited tree mod, I'd be inclined to push this towards 4, possibly into 4 stars. But there isn't a link to the unlimited tree mod, and so therefore a lot of these trees are going to be missing. I think it still stands up. I want to go slightly above middle 3. Now for the trees under the road and all of those drowned trees and such. Yes, I have to mark this down. By any standards, drowned trees are drowned trees. It's got to be middle 2. I can't be more generous than that one. Gameplay. Okay, if you're happy to get rid of all of those trees manually, or just switch Anarchy off and then delete the trees in the river, it could be pretty playable. I'm going to be generous today. I'm feeling generous. 4 stars, low. Pacific Northwest Bay by SkyRex. It's an old map. We have to be a little bit forgiving. This is not bad work. This is exceptional work, which has just been become obsolete. But thanks, Huawei, for bringing it. It's always good to see how far we've come, because that was a good map back then, and, well, it's not really an epic map now, is it? But, hey-ho. Anyway, if you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day, like I just did, as part of a sentence into the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What Map series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you. very, very soon.